time no see. It's been about 3 weeks. But yeah, I am back with another video, and as you can tell in the description below, it's another story time. This is going to be I'm going to set this up to be my DM disaster date series or whatever on my channel, because I have a lot of them things. I got a lot of them things or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna share them with y'all or whatever, because honestly, my disaster dates, the only people who know about them are, of course, the people that I went on the date with, and my best friend and my cousin. Learn from my experience so you won't have to go through what I went through on these dates, okay? And disclaimer, I'm going to nickname the person in this video. I'm not going to say his name because honestly, that's not my place to expose him like that. And it's not necessarily exposing, but it's not my place to tell his name. But it is my place to tell this story because I was in the story and it happened to me. So anyway, before I get into the story, what I want y'all to do is subscribe, click the like button, and I want y'all to comment down below, interact with me. Like, I'm posting videos or whatever, and I'm trying to build my platform or whatever the case may be, but I want y'all to interact with me. Y'all gonna be my family. We gonna make this a family thing, or we gonna make this a friend thing. But in order for us to make this a family friend thing, we gotta communicate, sis. Bro, we gotta communicate. For real, subscribe though, for real. Because there's a lot of y'all that watch my videos that are not freaking subscribed. Anyways, so we're gonna jump off with this video, and it doesn't really come from Instagram. This one comes from Facebook because it was actually a while ago, but this is back when I had Facebook. I no longer have my Facebook page, and that's the story in itself. I will tell y'all about that at a later date, but not today. He linked up that way. And let me think of a name for him. The name for him is going to be, we're gonna nickname him J-Dog. And if you from Houston, you know who J-Dog is. He's a rapper or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna nickname him J-Dog because his name did start with the J. Okay, that's the most that y'all gonna get out of me when it comes to this man's name, okay? So anyways, minding my business, just on Facebook, scrolling, laughing, reposting stuff, because that's really mainly what I did on Facebook. I made a few statuses or whatever, but for the most part, I was always reposting something funny. I'm minding my business, and I get a friend request, and my page was private or whatever, just like my Instagram is private, but my Facebook was private. He sent me a friend request. I went to it, and I went to go check to see if we had any mutual friends. And the reason I do that is because, like, I don't like adding people from my city and we don't have mutual friends. Like, it's just weird to me, and in my mind, I feel like it's a setup. I just don't like it. So I have to make sure that we have mutual friends or whatever in order for me to add you. So to go check to see if we had mutual friends, we did. We had like 15, 20 mutual friends. Majority of them were people that I like kind of, I guess, grew up with or whatever, went to school with, like middle school, high school. And a few people that I actually just knew, like, off rip, that, you know what I'm saying, from around the way, from the neighborhood that I grew up in, whatever. So, and then he knew, like, some people that I'm related to. So whatever, I added him or whatever. Go like you normally do when you add somebody. Go through their profile. You looking at their pictures. You looking at the stuff that they post and all this stuff, whatever. Just to see how to get the little vibe of who they are, how they are, whatever. And then the same thing like happened in my last DM disaster date story. Like, we started going back and forth, liking each other pictures or whatever and stuff like that. And he's a real handsome guy. Like, tall, dark skin. I love me a tall, dark skin man. Like, oh my God, I love me a tall, dark skin man. That is my type. And real handsome. Seemed like he got himself together, whatever, dressed nice. So, like, he decides to start commenting on my pictures or whatever. Like, instead of him just liking, he's commenting, talking about, oh, it's a pretty picture, you look good here, da da da, stuff like that. Then after he did the comment thing, he decides he wants to message me. So he messages me on Facebook, and his message was along the lines of, like, you're real pretty, you're real gorgeous or whatever, I would love to get to know you. So at the time he messaged me, I was actually at work. And then not only that, like, I was just like, I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm thirsty to talk to him, so I'm just gonna make him wait, even though I was thirsty in one of the glasses, that chocolate milk. But I made him wait. So anyways, he messaged me like around, I think it's like around 12 o'clock that day, and I didn't get out of work till like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock that night. That's when I decided to message him back or whatever. So I messaged him, and I was just like, I was like, you talking about you want to get to know me or whatever? How I know you're not a serial killer? And so honestly, you really don't know if any of these niggas are serial killers, but whatever. Anyway, he messaged me back talking about, man, I wouldn't do you like that. Like, what type of nigga you think I am? I was just like, shit, I don't know. You don't know who you talking to nowadays. Whatever. He's talking about, I know, that's the point. He was like, I'm trying to get to know you. He was like, you know, better yet, I'm gonna give you my number, and when you feel comfortable enough to talk to me, to text me, then you do it. We're gonna do this on your terms. So he shoots me his number or whatever, and I actually made him wait again. And that was just something that I just, around that time, that was something that I was making almost every dude that I talked to do. And I know it's trash, but I was making every dude, like, pump your brakes. I talk to you when I want to talk to you. I'm not gonna make it seem like I'm just eager and I'll get it to talk to you. You gonna wait. But, and then not only that, around that time, like, I was actually doing this multi-dating thing, and I'm not gonna even lie to you, I do not like multi-dating. It's not for me. I'm not that type of girl. I cannot have boy number 1, boy number 2, boy number 3, and boy number 4. I'm going on a date with this one Thursday. I'm going to go have lunch with this one on Friday. I'm going out with this one on Saturday or whatever. And then Sunday, me and this one, we go to the movie. I cannot do all of that. Like, that's not for me. Like, I can't. For one, my patience is real short. I don't have the time to balance all of them. And then not only that, once one pissed me off, I will legit block all of them, because I'd be like, I'm not in the mood to talk to none of y'all. I will block all of them. Okay. So it's just too much. I don't like balancing multiple people. It's just too much. Like, just give me one, and if it don't work, it don't work. I can move on to the next one when that situation is over. But anyways, so around this time, I was talking to multiple people, and I ended up going on a date with, I'm just going to call him, because he really not important, I'm going to call him boy number 1. I ended up going on a date with boy number 1 the weekend that J-Dog gave me his number. So it kind of worked out perfect, because I was just like, I'm going to make him wait, but I have something to do in the process or whatever, so this is going to bypass my time. I went on a date with boy number 1 or whatever, and he actually ended up doing something to piss me off. So I had kind of like fell back from him. And I was just like, well, this don't even really matter, because I got another option over here. So I'm not even worried about this. I decided I'm going to text him or whatever. So we texting, we talking or whatever. Conversation went from text messages to on the phone. And honestly, I'm glad that it went from text messages to on the phone, because I'm not a texter. I'm a terrible texter. I tell people that all the time. If you want to talk to me, you need to pick up the phone and you need to call me. Because if you texting me 9 times out of 10, I'm going to see it, not respond at that time, and then I'm going to forget to even respond at all. And it's just, and then not only that, like, I'm just let's talk on the phone, let's FaceTime type of person or whatever. Text messages it's really nothing intimate or personal about a text message. Like, honestly, you can't really pick up a vibe, or you can't really pick up like the intent of something that's being said or whatever. You can't have any intimate conversations with someone over a text message. Like, people misconstrue text messages all the time. At least when I'm talking to you on the phone, I can tell your tone. I can tell if you're interested. I can tell if we're gonna actually vibe by us talking on the phone. So anyways, we texting, talking on the phone, we FaceTiming each other or whatever. Like, we wanted to make sure that we weren't catfishing each other, like you and not me. You know what I'm saying? So like we were talking for like a good month and a half before we decided that we were going to see each other. And honestly, the whole month that we were talking, it was a lot going on within that month. Like, I was working a lot. His job is very demanding when it comes to the hours. He has a son, I have my daughter. So we're both busy, we're both occupied with daily life. So, you know what I'm saying? It really didn't matter too much because we were getting to know each other. And he really didn't trip on us not seeing each other just yet. He was like, when the time comes, we're not going to just rush it. But the time did come, and I'm trying to remember what it was. It was a holiday that we decided we were going to spend together. It was Memorial Day. We decided that we were going to spend Memorial Day together because he was off work, I was off of work or whatever, and it was the perfect time. So he was just like, for Memorial Day, we can, you know, slide by my mama's house because she gonna barbecue or whatever, and then we gonna slide by my sister's house because she got something going on over there. And I'm thinking to myself, I ain't tripping. I'm a foodie. I love to eat. If your people know how to cook or whatever, I am down to go eat. So, we made plans or whatever to see each other or whatever on Memorial Day, and then the day comes and he comes to get me. At this time, I was staying with my parents. He texted me, he was like, I'm outside. And so I walk outside and he gets out the car. He's such a gentleman. I thought it was so sweet. He gets out the car or whatever to greet me for one, and then to open my door for me to get in the car. But when he got out that car, baby, that boy stood tall as a beanstalk. And I was like, whew. It's hot. It's hot. I love me a tall man, especially a tall, handsome, chocolate, smell good. Like, just, he gets out the car with, and then he kind of like, well, I don't really like muscles like that or whatever, but he like stocky, like, so I'm like, he a big solid something. So he gets out the car, he greet me or whatever, give me a hug, and then he opens the door for me to get in the car. Girl, tell me why when I walk outside, first of all, I wasn't even really paying attention to what he had on when I got outside, because I was so all in his face, looking like, damn, he fine. But girl, tell me why I walk outside and we dressed alike. We are dressed alike. It was not on purpose. He did not ask me what I was wearing. I did not ask him what I was wearing. It just so happened that we were dressed alike to the T. I had on a black fitted shirt with some ripped jeans, and I had on some red huaraches, and I had on my black Nike hat. And that damn Nike hat, I have had that hat for a long periodically time because I just cannot let go of it. Like, I love that freaking hat. I think I've had that hat for almost 4 or 5 years. Girl, that damn Velcro damn near don't even stick no more on that hat, okay? I'm gonna pop some pictures up for y'all to see, because I ain't had that hat for a long ass time. But yeah, that's what I had on. Black fitted shirt, ripped jeans, some red huaraches, and I had on my black Nike hat. He had on black tee, ripped jeans, ripped fitted jeans or whatever, and he had on some red, black, and white Jordans. I cannot remember what number they were. Anyway, we hopped in the car, and he was telling me, he was just like, hey, he said, before we go to my mom's house, he was like, do you mind if we stop by my apartment and we just sit there and kick it for like 20-30 minutes, because they said that they had something to do before we come. And I was like, I'm not tripping, okay. This was really weird because, like, he stayed like literally 2 streets over from my apartment. Like, literally, my apartment building is right here, and his apartment is like 2 streets over. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, you've been staying here this whole time, like, you right here. I don't know, I just thought that was weird, but whatever. Anyways, we go to his apartment or whatever, and when we get in there, like, the apartment is laid, like, it's so nice in there. Like, he has nice furniture, He has a kitchen table, and y'all gonna be like, he got a kitchen table, duh, almost everybody got a kitchen table. No, if you know single men, if you have been to some single men's apartments, they literally have nothing in those freaking apartments. Like, it be the TV mounted on the wall, TV stand or the console or whatever, and they got their video game. They got 2 chairs in the living room, no kitchen table, and they got a bed. That's all they got. And so I was shocked that he even had anything in his apartment. He had nice furniture, nice kitchen table, or whatever. His bed was made, everything in it was really neat. It was clean. It smelled good in there. I was just like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, I wouldn't have thought. But then I was looking at him and I was like, the way he carries himself or whatever, the way he dressed or whatever, he's real neat and everything, whatever. I was just like, okay, kind of fit. So I didn't really think nothing of it. But I should have thought something of it. And y'all gonna know why. We sitting there, whatever, we chilling or whatever, we chopping it up for a little while, and then he tells me, he was just like, all right, then we gonna go ahead and head out, because I think it was like by 30 minutes, like he said. We weren't really there that long or whatever. So we rides over to his mom's house, and in the process of us riding over to his mom's house, whatever, his phone is ringing, because his phone is hooked up to his Bluetooth in his car. His phone is ringing or whatever. And like, of course, you know, when somebody's calling you and your phone is hooked up to the Bluetooth, it's going to pop up on the screen in the car. And the number kept popping up. It wasn't a saved number or anything or whatever. I think in the process of us leaving from his house going to his mom's house, I think the number called at least like 3 times and he kept ignoring it. And that's not out of the norm, because most people, when somebody calls your phone with a number that you do not recognize, that's not saved, 9 times out of 10, you don't answer it. We head to his mom's house, whatever. Great time at his mom's house. His mom is amazing, sweet lady or whatever. His stepdad is cool, whatever. His stepdad was really loaded. Like, he was drunk before we even got there. But yeah. He's like, today Memorial Day, I'm at work, I'm gonna turn up. And that's exactly what he did. But we chilled, ate a couple ribs, drank like 2 beers or whatever. And then we dipped out. And his people were really, really cool. Like, I was digging the vibe of his mom's house. So we're in the process of like heading to his sister's house or whatever. And while we riding or whatever, like, he's sitting there, he got his hand on my thigh while he driving. Music good, conversation is good. I hit him with I'm like, don't you think it was kind of early for me to meet your mom or whatever? I was just like, we just started talking like literally a month ago, and I'm meeting your mama already. And so he was just like, he's talking like, no, I don't think it's too early. And he was like, honestly, he was like, I'm glad you said something, because he was just like, I had wanted you to meet my mom or whatever to see how you were going to actually interact and be around my people or whatever. Because he was like, I want to be with you. I want to be in a relationship with you. And I was just like, but we just started talking like yesterday. We just started talking like yesterday. And I was just like, I said, don't you think that's kind of soon? And like, honestly, like, I have rushed into like a few relationships, and it has shown me the reason why I should not rush. But in my mind, I be thinking to myself, it's people who have told their love story and they be like, oh, I met my wife or I met my husband or whatever, and within 6 months we were married and all this other stuff, and they be happy with each other. So I was just like, I'm not gonna just count him out. I was like, the vibe is good between us or whatever, conversation is good between us or whatever. And I was just like, even in person, like, it's the same thing in person. But I kept asking him, I'm like, why we just can't wait? Like, why we just can't? Because he used to get to know each other, but he just kept pressing it like, nah, like, I want you to be for me. Like, I like this vibe that we got. And I'm not gonna even lie to you, my dating history is not the best. So when I find a good vibe, like, I just latch onto it and I don't let go. Like, I just be like, man, this is like a once in a lifetime type thing or whatever. Because if you check my record, if you check my dating record, it ain't looking too good. So, and that's a trait that I have that I really, really fucking hate. But I've learned from it. And for this simple reason right here, I learned from it. So I told him, I was just like, well, I can't give you no for sure answer right now. But I was like, depending on how, you know what I'm saying, the day goes. And I was just like, then we could talk about something or whatever. He was like, okay, cool. So we goes to his sister's house or whatever. And, yeah. The food was good, though. The crawfish was busting. So, anyways, we sitting there, we chilling or whatever. I got a chance to meet his sister, her girlfriend. I met his nieces and nephews or whatever. Beautiful kids. Had a great time with them. I love being around children or whatever, especially like little kids or whatever. Like, I just love playing with them and having a field day with them. And we were sitting next to each other on the couch. He was like, whenever you're ready to ride, like, you know what I'm saying, just let me know. I was like, okay, cool. So throughout the time we were there, he kept stepping outside, and I kept wondering why. I was just like, why did he keep going outside? And then at one point, I even asked him, I was just like, I said, is everything good? You okay? I said, you keep going outside. He was like, oh yeah, because he was like, I'm checking on my son or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, cool. When he told me he was checking on his son, I just kind of like just left it alone. I was like, okay, if he get up and walk out, he get up and walk out, whatever. Because it was kind of loud in the house. So I was like, he needed, you know, to be able to talk to his son on the phone. But I should have been paying more attention to him and that goddamn phone. But we gonna get to that. So anyways, I said to him, like, come on, let's go ahead and go. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go. So say bye to everybody. We hop in the car. But before we pull off, we were sitting there, and he was like, do you mind going back to the house with me and kicking it with me for a little while? Where he's like, I do want to spend some more time with you before I have to leave you for the rest of the night. And I was just like, I'm looking at the time, and I'm like, well, I ain't tripping or whatever. I was like, it's still kind of early, because when we started moving around, it was like noon. It was like I was gonna say midnight, girl. No, how you gonna say midnight and this say noon? Anyway, it was 12 o'clock when we started moving around. By this time, it was probably like 8 o'clock at night or whatever, almost 9. I said, I ain't tripping, let's go. So, and I actually wanted to spend some more time with him too, because like the whole day we had been spending it with other people. We hadn't really had any time to ourselves besides the time we were in the car going to these places. So anyways, we go back to his apartment or whatever, and he was just like, get comfortable, kick your shoes off or whatever. He was like, I'm gonna put on a movie. So he turns on the Netflix or whatever on the TV, and he was just like, I don't want to be all up on you and make you feel uncomfortable or whatever, and make you feel like I'm forcing something on you or whatever. So he was like, I'm gonna lay on this couch and you can lay on that couch or whatever. And so I thought it was so sweet, such a gentleman. I was like, okay, that's cool, I'm not tripping, even though I did want to lay next to his fine ass. The couch that he's on, it's the kitchen table and the kitchen right behind him, and then where I am, it's the door to the apartment right behind me, and it's a big ass window right next to the door, the front door. I don't like sitting with my back to no door or whatever, but it just made more sense for him to be on this couch versus this one, because this one was the short one and this one was the long one, and he's like 6'2" and he's a big guy. What sense does it make for him to sit on this little small ass couch, you know? So I was just like, I'm just gonna forget it and just sit and chill. So we sitting, we talking, we laughing or whatever, and having a good time. We cracking jokes, we watching a movie or whatever. We actually talking and going back and forth, cracking jokes on each other. Anyways, this is where the bullshit began. Sitting there, talking, watching a movie or whatever, chilling. Somebody knocks at the door. This Negro don't even get up from the couch to even see who it is. He just sits there. And so they knock, they're like, and he doesn't even get up. And I'm looking at him like, that's weird, because you know, normally when somebody comes to your door, the first thing you do, you're going to get up, go look at the peephole, or if you got a camera, you're going to check your camera or whatever to see who it is. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do none of that. So they knock again, and his ass does not move. And I'm like, you not gonna check to see who at your door? And so he was just like, he said, nah, because he was like, people around here in these apartments, they get drunk all the time and they knock on the wrong doors. They do this shit all the time. And he's like, it happens a lot. And so I was just like, okay, because the apartments that he stayed in, even though his apartment was nice on the inside, on the outside, it was something totally different. It was something totally different. or whatever. So I kind of believed him. I was like, yeah, they do look like they turn up around here, whatever. So yeah, they probably do have the wrong apartment. But still, like, even though if they do have the wrong apartment, you should get up and let them know they got the wrong door, so they won't keep knocking. He sits there and he still didn't get up or whatever. But the person stops knocking. So he was like, see, I told you they was gonna stop knocking. But they only stopped for like a couple minutes and then they came right back. But this time when they came back, it wasn't any regular knocks. It was like a boom, 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 boom. So it went from this to this. And I was just like, so now I'm sitting up on the couch and I'm like, whoa, sir, I'm gonna need, because the door was behind me, I'm gonna need you to get up and go see what's going on, because I'm here at your house. I'm your guest and you the man of this house. You are supposed to be my protector at this moment, so you need to figure out what's going on outside. So he decides that he gonna get up finally. Freaking finally. He decides he gonna get up and go to the door. But he goes to the door and does not say anything. He just goes to the door and he just stands there. And I'm like, what in the world? And I'm looking, I'm like, are you gonna say something? And the person is steady, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, bruh, hello? Sir, I need you to say something. I need you to rectify the situation before the situation come in here and rectify us. Say something. So he decides that he gonna go ahead and say something, but you can barely hear him. He was just like, get away from my door. Now that he done said that, I hear voices outside. And I don't just hear one. I hear multiple. I hear a female and I hear like some guys or whatever. So I stands up and I'm like, bro, what's going on, bro? And like, what's up? So he's just steady standing there, still not saying nothing. And like I told y'all, it's a big old window right next to his front door or whatever. It's a big old window. It's like almost from the ceiling to the floor type of window. He has no curtains on it, but it's blinds. The blinds are closed. So you can't see out and you can't see in. But I see out since it's nighttime and the lights on in the apartment or whatever. I can see the female standing right there by the window. You can see her little figure, her little shadow or whatever. And she is tapping on the window with what I don't know or whatever, but it damn sure wasn't her hand. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, she got a weapon. Whoever this is outside, got a weapon. And so she's tapping on the glass, telling me, J-Dog, open up this mother effing door. I know you gotta be in there. Open up this mother effing door. Stop playing with me before I break this window. And I'm like, boy, is that your baby mama outside? And so he's talking about, nah, that ain't my baby mama. That ain't my baby mama. I said, so what's going on? Because apparently you know her, she know you, and she trying to get up in here. So what's going on? Talk to me. I need to know what's up. So he was just like, he's talking about, it's nothing, baby. Just lay back down on the couch. First of all, don't tell me to sit back down and you got all of this going on outside this door. We need to figure out what's up. You need to figure out what's up and let me know. So she steady tapping on the glass or whatever. She tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. J-Dog, open up this mother effing door. You got me effed up. I know you gotta be in there. I know you gotta be in there. Open up this mother effing door. And I'm thinking to myself, how does whoever this is know that I'm in here? And so I'm like, sir, excuse me. What we gonna do? Because really, it's no way out of this apartment but through that front door. Because we're on the second floor or whatever, and there's really no way out. The only thing the only way you can get out is the front door, or you can go through the window. And I'm not finna go through the window. So, yeah, you need to fix this. So, you can see her walk from, like, because the way his apartment was set up or whatever, once you come up the stairs from the parking lot, you walk up the stairs from the parking lot or whatever, and then he has a porch right there in front of his apartment, and then it curves around to the side of the apartment, which where his kitchen is or whatever. So you could see her walk from that side of from the front of the apartment to the side where the kitchen window is or whatever. And now she's at the kitchen window and she's tapping at the window. I don't know what's in her hand, but it's not her hand that's tapping this window. You can hear it. It's like metal. And I'm like, bruh, I just know sis ain't outside with no gun. We just not finna do this. You gonna be my human shield because I'm gonna get up out of here. But anyway, so she goes to the kitchen window and she's tapping on it, talking about, if you don't open up this mother effing door, I'ma bust all these windows. And before she even gave this boy a chance to even open up the door, she went ahead and bust the windows as soon as she said it. And the way that the window is in his kitchen is up high above his sink or whatever. So it's like all you have to do is just reach up, and whatever she got in her hand, all she got to do is just reach up and hit it like that. So as soon as she said, I'm gonna bust this window if you don't open up the door, she smacks it with whatever she got in her hand. And all you hear is glass. All over the floor is falling in his sink and everything. Baby. And honestly, it wasn't no way for her to get into the apartment with her busting that window, because since it's up so high or whatever, and it's really no way for you to get into it unless you climb the brick, and that's impossible unless you fucking Spider-Man. But yeah, and it's a small window, so you can't get into it. But she busted it out. So the moment that she bust that window, that's when he decides he gonna open up the front door. And I was like, here we go. Here we fucking go. So by this time, I am up on my feet and I have my huaraches on. Girl, I ain't even bother putting on no socks or nothing like that. I have my huaraches on or whatever, and I'm standing with my back to the wall. I'm standing with my back to the wall because I don't know what's going on around this apartment, and whatever comes through that door, I need to be ready. So he opens up the door, and as soon as he opened up the door, whatever, you can see her butt run from the back of the apartment where the kitchen is to the front of the apartment where the front door is. You can see her little shadow run. You can see her shadow running. She runs to the front door, whatever, where he is. And the moment that he steps outside, they run right smack dab into each other or whatever. But it's two dudes standing right there at his door as soon as he opens it. So he steps out, she run his way. And he's talking about, man, what the F wrong with you, bro? Busting out my mother effing windows. What the F wrong with you, bro? You tripping with yourself, come up here busting out my windows. Then you gonna bring your mother effing brothers over here like they gonna do something. What's up? What's up? I was just like, girl done brought her brothers over here. I'm by myself. I have nobody here with me. I am literally like one against how many of it is outside, because I don't know. I'm still standing inside. And excuse me, I guess she brought her brothers or whatever to make sure he don't do nothing or whatever the case may be to her or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, she brought them. So like at this time, I'm just like, bruh, somebody in these apartments need to call the cops, because I can't call them. And the reason why I can't call them is because my phone is in my purse. My purse is sitting over there in the kitchen on the table, and they are standing right there at the front door. Even though I'm saying over there, like it's just a far distance, it's really not, because the apartment that we were in is actually a small apartment. It's a 1-bedroom apartment. It's a small apartment. It's like literally you walk in, boom, the living room, boom, the kitchen, boom, the bedroom. Like it's a small apartment. They're right here arguing at the front door or whatever. By this time, he didn't step back in and she didn't follow him in or whatever. And my purse is like sitting like right here in the kitchen off to the side with my phone in it. So I can't call nobody. So anyways, I'm standing there. I'm thinking to myself like, bro, whatever happens or whatever. If I got to duke my way up out of here, I'm just going to duke my way up out of here. But you ain't nobody finna punk me, and I ain't finna be no hoe. Y'all not finna trap me in this hoe. I'm thinking to myself, it like really at this time, my survival instincts then kicked in or whatever. And I'm just like, if I got to duke my way up out this bitch, I'm going to duke my way up out this bitch. Like, ain't nobody finna punk me, and ain't nobody finna hold me. This pier, I'm going to get up out of here. So they didn't walk back into he didn't back up, and she didn't came in, and I see what's in her hand by now. She has a freaking crowbar in her hand. A freaking crowbar. she didn't came to do damage. Like, she was not playing. So they arguing with each other, whatever, going back and forth, going back and forth. All you hear is just a bunch of noise. Like, at this point, like, in my head, all I hear is just a bunch of noise. So they arguing back and forth, and I'm standing there. I ain't got my back about the wall, and I ain't stepped up. I was just like, look, hey, excuse me, is anybody gonna tell me what's going on? Is anybody gonna tell me what's going on? Because I'm lost. And so she's talking about, I knew you had a mother effing B up in here. I knew you had a mother effing B up in here. You really gonna do this to me? You gonna stand here and disrespect me like this? I said, is this your girlfriend? Since you're talking about this on your baby mom, is this your girl? Do you have a girlfriend while you have me here? And he was like,
this ain't my girlfriend. No, this ain't my girlfriend. You my girlfriend.
I was like, whoa, baby. Whoa there. We didn't agree on none of that, because when we was in the car, I said I was gonna let you know. we didn't agree on none of that, sir. So he's talking about, this not my girlfriend, you my girlfriend, or whatever. And she's talking about, oh yeah, you his mother effing girlfriend, you his mother effing girlfriend. And I was just like, sis, I don't know what this man's talking about. I'm trying to figure out who you is and what's going on here. Like, what's up? And so she's talking about, nah, y'all got me effed up. Y'all got me effed up in here tonight or whatever. I said, can you tell me what's going on in here? Why is she standing here in your apartment busting your shit up if this is not your girlfriend? What's up, bro? And she's talking about,
his apartment. His apartment. Is that what the F he told you?
And I was just like, yeah, so this not his apartment? This your house? And so she was just like,
I got this apartment for him and his son because he couldn't get no apartment in his name.
And I'm like, she's like, I bought this furniture, all this shit that's in here. I bought this shit. And he had the audacity to have some be up in here. I told her, I was just like, look, I don't know what's going on between you and him, but I ain't gonna be too many more of your bitches. Okay, I understand you upset, but I ain't gonna be too many more of your bitches. And that's just period. That's just that on that. You can be upset, but chill on the bitch, okay? But like, I'm just like, look, at this point, I said, I don't know what's going on, and whatever y'all got going on, that's between y'all two. They ain't got shit to do with me. But yeah, I'm finna go ahead and head out. So I take a few steps to get my bag, get my purse or whatever, and she takes that crowbar and she does just like this.
Don't you take a mother effing step. Don't you take another mother effing step.
And I'm like, look, bruh. Like I told you, I don't know you, you don't know me. Whatever y'all got going on, that's between y'all two or whatever. I said, sis, handle that with him. And I kept telling her, like, handle that with him. You don't know me and I don't know you. Handle that with your mans. Handle that with your mans. And here he is. He's talking about, nah, baby, ain't even nothing like that. Baby, ain't even nothing like that. And here she go, baby, who the F is baby? And he's like, I'm talking to her. I said, you ain't talking to me, baby. You need to be talking to her and keep your eyes on that crowbar, because sis look like she know what she doing with it. You need to not be talking to me. Figure that out. So at this point, I don't even give a damn. You swing that crowbar, whatever, but swing it that way. So she's still arguing with him. So I take this opportunity to walk over there and get my bag or whatever. I open up my bag, grab my phone, and just like in a freaking scary movie, the freaking phone, because you know how in a scary movie or whatever, when they pick up the phone is dead, the line been cut, or they pick up their cell phone or whatever, ain't got no signal, ain't got no bars. That was me. I ain't had no signal, I ain't had no bars, no nothing in this apartment. And I was just like, oh, okay. See, the devil is very busy tonight. Yep. Can't even call the cops. Okay, cool. So now I'm just standing over here I'm leaned up against the kitchen table like this. And I got my purse on my arm or whatever. I got my phone in my hand because I'm steady looking down at it while they arguing. I'm like, okay, whenever a bar pop up or whatever, I'm gonna call 911. So they arguing with each other or whatever, and he was just like, man, you tripping with yourself. I can't believe you came over here and did this or whatever. Like, you ain't even, he's like, you ain't even give me a chance to even say nothing or whatever. You just gonna bust my windows or whatever. Like, bro, you tripping with yourself. We ain't even together. Why you doing this? And she was just like, you got me effed up. Everything I done for you, and you gonna bring some female up in here or whatever. And just going off. So I'm standing over here. I'm standing here. They arguing like right here in the living room. The front door is literally right here. So they're arguing right here. She decides that she's gonna go to the back room to do what, I don't know. But I was just like, he followed her back there, and I was like, well, since they back there, I'm finna just go ahead and head this way. Why I do that? I go to the front door, whatever, and the two dudes that's standing at the door, like, the two dudes that's standing at the door, they're babies. They're babies. They look like they no more than 15 and 16 years old. And so I told them, I said, excuse me, can y'all let me out? And this is how you could tell. This is how you can tell that they were young. They was just like, I'm sorry, ma'am, but my sister told me not to let nobody out the apartment. I can't let you walk out of the apartment. And I was just like, look, I'm not going anywhere, whatever. I'm just finna step downstairs right here by the steps. I'm not going anywhere. They was like, I'm sorry, ma'am. My sister told me not to let nobody out the apartment. At this point, I am pissed because now I'm being held against my fucking will. And even though they are children or whatever, these are some big ass boys or whatever. But you can tell they're young. And not only that, they're men, they're boys or whatever. I'm not finna try to bogart my way through them because I don't know what they own. I don't know what demand she gave them, and I don't know what they got on them. So I'm not finna try and bogart my way through. I'm just not gonna do this because I'm really trying to make it out this situation without a bump, bruise, or a scratch. That's what I'm really trying to do. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm safe and nothing seriously happens to me. So now I'm pissed at this point because now, like I said, I'm being held against my will. I can't even walk out of this damn apartment. Now I'm mad and I started yelling back there. I was like, J-Dog, you better come move these niggas from this door so I can leave. You better hurry up and come move these niggas from this door so I can leave. Like, I'm mad. I'm yelling now. I'm in there yelling because I'm getting pissed. Like, for real. I don't care about what they got going on in there. I need the purse, which I got, and I need the dough, which y'all ain't letting me get. So I hear them back there, whatever. You can hear her swatting that crowbar. She back there knocking stuff over, knocking stuff down. She is putting holes in the wall. You can tell, and it sounds like they are back there tussling for their crowbar. And she finally comes walking back from the hallway or whatever, back into the living room, and he is right behind her or whatever. And I'm telling him, you need to move these niggas from this door so I can mother effing leave. Y'all got me effed up in here. She said, you ain't going nowhere because I'm finna call the cops because y'all trespassing. I said, baby, do that. Do that. Call the cops. Do it. Because at this point, they need to be here. Because I need them to escort me off the premises. I don't care about what y'all do, but I need to be escorted off the premises. So call them. And so, but she's mad. She just blown out of her mind or whatever. She not even thinking clearly. Of course, she wasn't finna call because she's still trying to fight on him. He's talking about, baby, I'm finna figure this out. I'm gonna figure this out, baby. I said, what you need to do is figure out how you can get these boys to get from this door so I can leave. So she's talking about, you gonna figure it out. You gonna figure it out. I got something for you to figure out. She takes that crowbar and she has added with that TV that's mounted on the wall. She takes the crowbar and she swinging at it like a goddamn pinata, just and to the point the whole TV then fell off the wall. It's hanging by the wires at this point. And he said, my bro, you really gonna do this to my TV? I just bought that TV. She said, I don't give a F. She's like, y'all need to get up out of my house. Get up out of my house. She said, I'm gonna take all your stuff with you, get up out of my house. He said, I ain't going nowhere because this is my apartment. I was just like, look, Crystal, sis, what you gonna need to do is you gonna have to hurry up and get these boys to move from this door. And by the time I was trying to think of a master plan to get them from the door or whatever, he already walked over there and he was just like, say, man, she ain't got nothing to do with this. Can y'all just move so she can go down the stairs or whatever? Like, she ain't got nothing to do with this. Just let her go down the stairs. Let her go down the stairs. And so he's telling me, once you get down the stairs, he's like, can you just wait for me at the car? And I was just like, boy, hell no. Hell no. And soon as he said, can y'all just let her go downstairs where she ain't got nothing to do with this, they decide they gonna part like the Red Sea so I can get downstairs. And I goes downstairs, wherever, and as soon as I get downstairs, it's people standing all around this building, downstairs in front of the building or whatever. It was some guys standing there at the bottom of the steps or whatever. I didn't know if them guys was with them, but I was just like, bro, I'm just gonna keep on walking or whatever and mind my business. And I dare somebody to reach out and try to put their hands on me, it's gonna be a problem. So I walked down the stairs, and it's some older guys. They was like, baby, you all right? You all right? There's a lot going on up there. Like, what's going on? So, but while they talking to me, trying to see if I'm okay or whatever, I'm steady trying to walk. I'm like, bro, I'm good. I hear glass in the background, in the distance. And I look up, she done busted out that big old window. That big window that was right there by his front door I told y'all about, she done busted it out. And I'm just like, man, I'm just going to keep on walking. I walk to the parking lot, walk right past his car. And I'm like, since my apartment building is not too far from here, I'm going to walk. I don't care. But the moment I got a chance to get on my phone and it had some service, I called my best friend. I did not call my parents. I did not call the police because honestly, that's not my business. I don't care. I'm not calling the cops for that. That's y'all. I did not call my parents because I'm not having my parents pick me up from this nonsense. I'm not going to have them come pick me up from them. So I called my best friend. I'm on the phone with her. I am livid at this point. I am mad as hell because now I'm like, bruh, I'm in here minding my business, then got busted in on or whatever. And then not only that, like, bruh, I'm getting mad just thinking about it. I'm mad at this. And then y'all tried to low-key hold me against my will because they would not let me out the freaking apartment. I'm on the phone with her. I'm mad. And not only that, I'm shook because this has never happened to me before. I am shook. I'm upset. I'm walking down the street or whatever. It's dark outside. Some of these street lights don't work or whatever. It's just dark. It's not a safe thing for me to do, but I did it anyway. I was just like, bro, I'm just gonna walk. So while I'm walking, I'm on the phone with her, whatever. I see the police zoom by me, like 2 cars zoom by me. I was like, okay, apparently somebody finally called the cops to help them with that situation. I don't care. I'm on the phone with her, whatever, telling her what happened or whatever. And I'm walking. Even though I said that my apartment building was right behind, well, his apartment building was right behind mine. It's like 2 streets over or whatever. And a car, that's going to take you like a couple minutes. But on feet, you already know that's a totally different time. It was telling me that I was going to get home in 20 minutes. So I'm walking or whatever. It's dark out there, whatever. Cars passing me by, all types of things, whatever. Street lights ain't working. But I'm on the phone with her and I hear honking. I'm like, who is that honking? And I turn around and it's him. He didn't drove down the street. He got almost everything he owned in his back seat or whatever, including the broke TV. I don't even know why he grabbed the TV. I don't know why he grabbed the TV, but he did. So, he got almost everything he owned in that back seat, and he said, "My Crystal, get in the car." And I'm like, bro, I'm not getting in no car with you. And my best friend's like, "What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Like, hello, tell me what's going on." I said, "Girl, he is here trying to get me to get in the car with him." Or he said, "Man, I'm not finna let you walk down this dark ass street by yourself. No, it's late at night. I'm not finna let you do that." And I said, "You could keep on driving because I'm not getting in the car with you, bro." He is driving down the wrong side of the street. It is cars coming. It's cars coming. And he's driving down the wrong side of the street trying to get me to get in the car. I was just like, bro, you might as well get your ass on the right side and go on about your business because I'm not getting in that car. So he takes it upon himself. He just goes skirt, boom, boom, over the sidewalk. And now the car is like literally, he just did this. I'm walking and he did just like this. And he was just like, get in the car. And I'm like, I'm on the phone with my best friend. I was like, you know what? I'm going to call you back when I get to the house or whatever, because I'm going to go ahead and get in this car because it is dark out here. And so, like, she's talking about, don't hang up the phone. And I was telling her, I said, I'm not. So I put the phone in my lap or whatever. And so we riding. It's dead silence. Dead silence. He ain't trying to explain nothing. He ain't trying to say, oh, I'm sorry. No, nothing. It's just dead freaking silence. Get to my house or whatever. He pulls up in a parking spot and he was just like, I'm gonna call you when I get to where I'm going or whatever to let you know I made it. And he was like, then we could just talk in the morning and I'll explain everything in the morning. And I'm thinking to myself, boy, fuck you. And you can go to the nearest hell. Okay? The nearest. But anyway, I get to my house or whatever. And I was just like, bruh, I'm finna just try to relax or whatever and try to make sense of this situation and try to take myself to sleep. I'm glad I was off the next day. It gave me time to get myself together. It gave me time to like regroup or whatever. And then he called, well, he texted me. He was like, hey, are you busy? I texted him back. I said, no. Wow, what's up? And then he calls me. He was just like, man, he was like, first off, I want to apologize for what happened last night or whatever. He was just like, that is not the intent. That was not what I wanted to happen or whatever. I wanted us to have a good night or whatever. And he was just like, I didn't mean to put you in harm's way. And I was like, okay, I'm glad you apologized. So you gonna tell me what happened? Because yeah, you're absolutely correct. You shouldn't have put me in harm's way. He said, yeah. He was like, yeah, I shouldn't have. I was like, okay, so what's up? What happened? Who is that person? And he was just like, man, it's not my girlfriend. He's like, we were never together. He was like, it was just somebody that I was messing around with. And he was like, I finessed her out of an apartment because I couldn't put the apartment in my name. And I was just like, you didn't think that with her putting that apartment in her name that she wasn't going to keep tabs on what you doing or whatever the case may be? Like, come on. And I said that was completely inconsiderate and completely selfish and completely like, what's the other word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the other word or whatever, but I said you didn't even think that through for you to have me there in that apartment knowing that that's the situation that y'all had or that's the agreement that y'all had with each other. And he said, my man, I don't even know how she found, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I know how she found out. I know how she found out, but I'm not gonna say on here, but I know how she found out though. He's my man, I don't know how she found out. He's like, that shit is crazy or whatever. He said, I was not expecting for her to do that. And da. He was like, but I'm telling you right now, I apologize. And he was like, if you don't want to talk to me no more, I understand or whatever. He was like, just know that was never my intent for me to have you there and for that to happen to you. He was like, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. And then I started thinking to myself, I was just like, that's who was calling you all day yesterday, wasn't it? And he's talking about, yeah, I was just like, I knew it. I like later that night when I got home, I started thinking to myself, I was like, she was calling him the whole time. Because when she found out, she was trying to get in contact with him. And he wasn't answering. If only that Negro would have picked up the phone. And this could have all easily been avoided. Because he would have known, oh, well, she know or whatever. So I'm not going to bring her back to my house. I'm just going to take her home when we get doing what we doing. The foolishness that I put myself in, I be out here real life in danger. Behind trying to have fun with a nigga. Lord. And honestly and truthfully, like, situations like that don't always end well. That's the reason why I tell guys, like, hey, you need to let me know whatever it is up front, 100% transparency or whatever. It needs to be great communication between me and you. Don't sit up here and hold something from me just because you think I'm gonna get mad, I'm gonna be upset, I'm gonna cry, whatever. You need to tell me. Communication is freaking key with me. You need to let me know. If you got a crazy ex running around here somewhere, if your baby mama be tripping with herself and like to pop up, or if you got some female that you messing with while you messing with me at the same time or whatever, you need to let me know these things. You, not just me, you need to let women know these things. Because y'all can get caught in a situation where it doesn't end like my situation. Because we got out of that or whatever unscathed. But who's to say if anything was... She walked in there with a freaking crowbar. Who's to say if that would have been worse? What if she would have swung the crowbar on me or whatever and critically injured me? What if she would have swung the crowbar on me or whatever and knocked me out? Then what am I gonna do? I'm knocked out, ain't nothing I can do. What if she would have swung the crowbar on you or whatever and would have critically injured you? Like, you cannot sit up here and keep things like that from people. When you start talking to someone, if you have a crazy ex, if you have a crazy baby daddy, baby mama, if you currently talking to someone while you talking to them or whatever because you out here just dating random people, you need to let people know these things because situations like this can occur. And it could have ended a lot worse. I have watched so many stories on TV. I have heard so many stories or whatever about exes popping up while the other person is with whoever, and it don't end well. People lose their lives, and like I said, people get critically injured behind things like this. And I'm out here with nothing. And this is way, way before I started carrying my gun. So I'm literally out here with nothing. Like, I mean, if I gotta duke it out, I'm gonna duke it out. But at the same time, sis got a crowbar in her hand. So what I'm gonna do, that's like, the only thing I got is my fist. Like, the only thing I have is my freaking fist. So that's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Them bullets that knife is nothing compared to them bullets. That crowbar is nothing compared to my fist, unless I knock her out. Like, and honestly, I wasn't mad at nobody but him. I wasn't mad at nobody but him. I can't be mad at her. I was mad at her for calling me a bitch like a 1,000 times. But other than that, I can't be mad at her because she did what she came to do. She came and did her due deals. Sis came there and busted up everything and shut everything down as she should. Because look, you gonna do me like this after I do this for you? As she should. But anyways, yeah, that's my DM disaster date story or whatever. A mess, a whole mess, bro. A whole freaking mess. Yeah, I got some more stories. Stuff is the men that I have been out with are ridiculous. The situations that they have put me in are ridiculous. Actually, the situation I put myself in, because hey, I'm the one who sat there and said, yeah, we can go out. I gotta stop doing shit out of boredom. I legit be doing shit out of boredom. But anyway, yeah. If y'all got all the way to the end of this video, if y'all watched it all the way through, no skips, no pauses, no nothing, I highly appreciate it. I highly appreciate it. But what I need y'all to do for me, I'm not gonna ask y'all for much. I just want you to subscribe to my channel, like this video if you enjoyed the story time or whatever, and comment down below. Like, let's interact with each other. If you watch the video and you like something about it, if you don't like something about it, comment or whatever. If we gonna go back and forth with each other, okay? But anyways, like I said, I thank y'all for watching or whatever. Make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe or whatever. Tell your friends about me, tell your coworkers about me, tell your daddy, your mama, your auntie, your uncle, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever. Let them know about my channel. I'm trying to build this platform up to something totally different than any other platform on YouTube. Like I tell everybody, and like I tell y'all all the time, it's not gonna just pay off for me, it's gonna pay off for y'all as well. It really is. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye y'all.